Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's going on out there, everybody? JT here in the studio, Studio 104 weekly update. Studio 104 live, man. We are here again on a Wednesday in May, and it's gorgeous out. Things are looking good. Some of the folks around the country are getting the hot stuff already, and we're still getting snow up on the mountains, man. Donner Summit chain controls earlier this week. They lifted them, I think, yesterday finally. So you guys are getting over the mountain okay and not having any hangups out there doing that. I hate hanging iron. I'm sure you guys do too. So how the heck is everybody, man? We got a few people tuning in. TW McDermott, nice to have you on board again, buddy. Yeah, beautiful day in Missouri. Well, I tell you right now, everybody that is going to have that hot, humid, sticky, muggy weather that's coming, and we know it is. You guys are having that time of year right now where it's all good, probably, and you can enjoy yourselves and relax. Peter Henderson over there on the across the pond. I don't know how it's over there, buddy, but uh, what is it like over there? In fact, what the hell time of day is it, man? Daniel Lee Anderson, how you doing, buddy? Misty Rich Justice, nice to have you. Right on. And Casey Hauser, buddy, good to have you on board. Yeah, good to have you. We got a great show today for you, and lately I think we've kind of finally got to that over to that point where things are just rolling along here at Studio 104, and I'm glad to see it the way it's going. We've had some great guests on board. If you guys have any suggestions for people that you'd like for me to get in front of the camera and have them in the studio, don't hesitate, man. Give me a shout out, give me an email, whatever, message me, let me know who it is, and I'll see what I can do to get him in here and get him on board. Charles Hale, what's happening, man? I see you were looking good last weekend at Large Cars and Guitars. I saw some pictures of you. 12 a.m. and it's cool and overcast. And Pete, man, you must be working there, buddy, or getting ready to go, or you're just a night owl like me, up all night long, man. I'll tell you, it's ever since the COVID thing, my sleep patterns have been all kind of messed up. But anyway, yeah, I think we're all getting the nice weather right now, and the windows are open, the doors are open, and we can enjoy all that. And then sooner or later, it's going to start heating up. Then we're going to go through all the cycles of life, man. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy, bug weather, all that fun stuff. It's all coming out, man. We get all those crazy pictures of the guys down in Florida, especially, that they get them love bugs all over their trucks. And it literally just pastes them. The whole front of everything is covered. Um, Pete, you're medically retired. Well, you know what, brother? Enjoy life then, man. Do what you can and enjoy it to the best of your ability. Dan, the man in the house, watching from 10-4 Central, and he's a busy guy today. Must have got his work done, and he's able to have the afternoon and kick back and enjoy some suds. Want to thank Dickerson Custom Trucks. They have been great partners for us, and we really appreciate them. You guys want to get some things together for your truck, whether it is custom or an everyday repair. Dustin Dickerson and his guys get together over there, and they handle all aspects of truck customization and repairs. So the regular everyday stuff you can bring in there and get that done as well as you can getting a complete custom ride. Check out some of the videos from Matt's Mid America, and check out one of his latest builds. We featured it in one of our live streams. Yeah, man, Dan, you just made it in time for me to get going here, and you can sit back and enjoy, get your vitamin D on, and vitamin B. Vitamin B comes in suds. Also want to thank Stay Loaded. No bad trips, as they say. Stay Loaded Apparel, the official clothier and apparel provider of 104 Magazine and Studio 104. Appreciate them always. Some really cool stuff. Everything I'm seeing. Well, actually, I did these myself, I think. But the hat, yeah, that's all Stay Loaded. Everything else we have, all of our shirts and everything all comes from Stay Loaded. You guys want to get any shirts, you can go on the website, and you can get. In fact, I'm going to bring that in real quick just to show you. Uh, get on over here to there it is. Click on Get Your 104 Gear, That'll take you right over to the Stay Loaded 10-4 selection of gear. Great hats sold out. My hat sold out. Obviously, we got to get some new hats going, but check out the t-shirts. Get yourself something nice to wear at the next truck show that you go to, and family dinner, get together, whatever it might be. Also, want to make sure you guys are on top of your subscriptions. Uh, Definitely best way to get 10-4 magazine. There it is right there. If you have one copy you're looking for that is a current edition and you don't have a subscription, there's your solution. You want to get a subscription 1 year, one a month, 12 per year. There it is. And that ranges of 50 to 150. And that's just the mailing cost. I like this one down here. One subscription, 1 year subscription, 5 copies per month. And you guys can get that delivered as well to your house. $125. Share it amongst your friends. If you got a business that you want to put a couple out on the counter, there's a great way to do it. Unless we get you involved as a rack location. So there are those possibilities. Get in touch with them over at the office at 10-4, and they will get you all hooked up. You guys haven't seen it yet. I can't believe that you haven't, because everybody's probably been to the website by now. Our current cover trucker, Tom Feedy, and otherwise known as Big T, got that beautiful Kenworth on the cover. We shot that in Louisville, Kentucky on Sunday morning. Dan was over there shooting that while I was out streaming or live streaming. I wasn't live streaming. I was recording the parade around the Kentucky Exposition Center. So I'll have to get that video and load that up here into the show. We can get a look at some of that, because it's pretty good. I mean, there's been some different looks and funner shows. I mean, funner victory parades, I think. Only because they were held that Saturday, and everybody was kind of on a pretty big high. I think Sunday, and it's 35 degrees out at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. We're all pretty cold and we're pretty worn out. So, but it was great stuff. There's Big T's truck right there. Coonley Brothers Trucking has bought Thompson Drag. I think we got a plug here. Let's get this out. Ohio now called Coonley Motor Parks, offering uphill semi-drive this year. Well, you know what? Send us the information, Merle. Let us know what that is. If you got a flyer, yeah, let us know about that. I really want to get involved in more of these kinds of things. And honestly, in talking to Dan, we were talking about trucking for kids today. In fact, I wish Dan could get in on the show here, but he can comment on the side. I would love to see, because there's a few shows going on here in the country. I mean, it's not going to happen this year. It may not happen even next year, but wouldn't it be cool to have, and how many of you guys heard of the NHRDA? Wouldn't it be cool to have a circuit of truck drags? I mean, it would have to be done so it could be affordable. Guys, you're going to have to go out and get sponsors. Excuse me. You're going to have to, generate the necessary funds to get around and do what you got to do to make the shows. But I think it would be something worth looking into. I mean, maybe it's something that could happen and take off and get real popular and sustain itself. I don't know, but you know, it could be fun and it could be something cool. Yeah, Merle, listen, send us the stuff. It's just easier for us. I mean, we've got ourselves going this way, that way. I mean, we're all over the place, and the best way to do it, just send it to me in Facebook on the 10-4 magazine page. Private message me with your flyer and information, and then if you haven't yet, I'll tell you, like I do everybody else, create a page, a group, and then create an event, a Facebook event. And that is the best way to get things shared out there in social media. We can grab that event and we can share it and pass it around. In the wings right now in the green room, I got Eric Hill, and I'm going to bring Eric in right now, and we can start talking a little bit. Eric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, John. Thanks for having me on today. I'm excited to be on board tonight and chat a little bit about the show that I was just at.
We're gonna talk about large cars and guitars, and we're gonna share some of your photos that you shot. And First year shows are interesting. You just never know what to expect. I'll have to say that this one had a lot of positives in its favor because of the people involved. Tony Justice and Roadworks and, um, some big time sponsors jumped in to really help push this thing along. And, um, Misty likes your hat, buddy.
I wore it just for her and Tony tonight.
All right. Yeah, Tony Justice. I mean, hard to say that it couldn't work out. So, uh, tell us what was your experience there? When did you get there, and how did it go from there? And by the way, hey, little E from Dan the Man.
Hey, Dan the man. Thanks first to Dan for asking me to cover the show. I was headed that way, and he called me up and asked me if I could do a show report on it, and I'm very, very excited about doing that. But first, I'd like to thank Tony and Misty Justice for putting on a spectacular show, and also for allowing me to be a part of it. It was a great show. You mentioned Roadworks. There were several big name sponsors there. Foodliner was a big one. They're a big grocery chain out in the Tennessee area, and it was just a great show. It was a great location. It was in Kodak, Tennessee, which is east of Knoxville, right off I-40. And the show was actually on the property of the Tennessee Smokies AA baseball team. It was held in the parking lot. Great location, a lot of room to park trucks, and they had tractors there, antique tractors there. I talked to Tony a little bit yesterday. I think he said there were about 105 trucks there. I know by the end of the first day of parking, we had over 70 trucks there. The first day I got there, the weather was pretty decent. The last 2 days on Friday and Saturday, it rained a lot. So I think it
Mother
probably,
Nature showed up, didn't she?
she sure did. And
Yeah.
that seems to be the case with truck shows. But it did not, did not damper the spirit and the participation at the truck show. There were a lot of really nice trucks there. I took probably close to 400 photos of different trucks and some tractors. Um, I will say this about the concert. When I go to a truck show as just a participant, not as somebody working for 10-4 magazine, I like to be entertained. And this venue fulfilled all of those things. Not only were there fabulous trucks there, but they had fantastic music. The fireworks show was, I think it exceeded everybody's expectations. It was close to 20 minutes long, and the final 5 minutes of it, so it was just spectacular. I talked to some people at the hotel, and when you have fireworks at a location like that, you're kind of around business and stuff, and you always wonder who's going to complain. And there was only one complaint, and the people at the hotel told the person, well, this happens all the time at the baseball stadium, so not much we can do about it. But back to my original point, there was something to do all weekend long. The Roadworks trailer was very busy. It was centrally located. One of the things that I liked that Evan and Tony did, they selected probably somewhere between 10 and 12 trucks, really nice trucks. In fact, there was a couple of 10-4 cover trucks parked in the front row facing toward the sound stage.
That's probably the biggest picture that caught my eye, that I thought, "What a cool concept to have all those trucks in back of the audience and the audience and then the stage," and it just made it so kinda, cozy, compact, and cool, and trucks were all lit up, the band's playing, people are there having fun, there are people standing, there's people dancing, there's people sitting in chairs just kicking back. I thought that was a great, great look. I really enjoyed that.
And it was, I think Evan and Tony came up with that idea. And like I said, in front of that where the people were sitting, there was a large area for people to sit, or if you wanted to dance and get up and dance, you could do that. And then after the concert, the other part of the show that I really liked, was the variety of music. Tony puts on an absolutely fantastic concert. I told him yesterday when I talked to him, the thing I really like about his concerts is not only his great music, but the personal stories that he weaves in about trucking, about the writing of a certain song, or being at a specific location. And that really adds to his performance.
Sure.
Way Jennings was there. He's the grandson of Waylon Jennings. He did some Waylon songs. He was fantastic. And then, of course, the Kentucky Headhunters were the headliner act with Tony, and they put on just a great show. And from the time that I really got involved with the truck show, with the parking, until the fireworks were over, you were being entertained the entire weekend, and that's to me a perfect truck show where there are a lot of things to do. You're not tied to just looking at trucks. You can participate in a lot of different activities. And in talking to Tony yesterday, I think he wants to build it bigger, better, badder than this year. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised when he puts the show on next year if he doubles the number of trucks, because it was just a great show. The only complaint that I have about the show was Mother Nature just wouldn't cooperate with us. But
Yep.
still,
Way it goes.
even when it was raining, people were out. So
That's the way it goes. Sometimes the weather's part of the show. It just becomes part of it. So you make the best of it. Hey, I want to take a minute to say hi. Gene is on the show and shouted out, gave us both a hello and hi, Gene. Josh Foster, yeah, buddy, we're going to keep the details of your escapades under wraps, and whatever they were. We'll talk about them offline later after the show. In fact, I'm still on that 15-minute hold from when we were talking before I went live. So you and I will get back to that. You can get back with me after the show and we'll finish that conversation. But, uh, you know, I talked to a few people already about the show, and everybody is ready to go, including Renegade, sorry, Roadworks, and uh, bring it back again, do it bigger, better, like you said. I mean, um, what I like about these shows and the variables, meaning the entertainment, the different trucks, it does give you more to look at, more to do. You're not just tied into doing one thing. And I think, Mid America did a great job with that too. I mean, look at all that they did at the different events there in the main arena, where they had the tractor pulls one night, they had a concert one night, they had, all these different things going on. Josh, I'll call you. I'll call you after we're done. And look at we're trying to do the same kind of stuff at Trucking for Kids coming up on September 11th this year. We're not sure how that will all come together yet. When we get more closer to that and defined, then we will let all of you know on that one. But um, I think truck shows have definitely, I want to say they've come full circle. It's an entertainment event. It's a destination event. The spectators that come in, it's not just us guys that are there doing what we do, and the owners, operators bringing their trucks in and doing what they do. Spectators, they get the best of all of this too, and the benefit of everything that's going on. So at least everybody got a taste of what the large cars and guitars is like and will be like. And rain or not, I think everybody, you know what, you're in Tennessee, that you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, right? I mean, this time of year, it's never a guarantee what you're going to get. So now in this case, like I said, I think the rain kind of became a part of the show. I want to jump into our photos that we got to share here, Eric, that you provided. And like I said, we'll just kind of buzz through some of these. You got a standout one you want to talk about, then tell me about it, and let's go from there.
well, this is the first truck that I learned to drive in and got my, at that time, chauffeur's license. Now the CDL was a '69 cab over Pete. And when I looked at this truck, it kind of reminded me of that truck that my brother and I drove uh, through the years, as long as we had the truck.
Took you
So
back home, did it?
it sure did. Gave me some, but it was a very nice truck. I like the paint job. Now this truck here, John, I've talked to a couple of guys that had trucks there. It's a Viper Red Pete, had a lot of chrome on it, and I've been a detailer since I was in high school. That truck was probably the best detailed truck on the show field. It was spotless, and I had a couple of drivers, including Dave McKinney, say it was an extremely clean truck. So it looked really good, and I could not find a spot on that truck that had not been cleaned. It was a beautiful truck.
Matt's ready.
Yes, sir.
Nice little K dub there. Very
Uh,
streamlined.
I don't remember the gentleman's name that is the owner of the company. I talked to him for about 15 or 20 minutes, but this is his truck. And we talked about the sleeper on it. He does drive that truck some, but I'd never seen a W9 with a sleeper on that, and it was a pretty unique setup. And
That
I
I mean, that's a yeah, it is a unique set. There's a name for that setup too, and I can't remember what it is, but it's like a all built together studio sleeper. Somebody out there help us out, man. JC Alt, what's going on, buddy? JC jumped in here and is on the show with us. But nice looking setup, man. You know what? I'm an old purist, old traditionalist, man. Give me a 379 long hood. If I have to have a sleeper on it, you know what? Um, I'm okay having a stand-up sleeper in it. Especially old guys like stand-up stuff. We don't need to put our pants on sitting on the bunk and in a flat top looking cool. That's okay. That's the young man's game, and that's good. But looking good is always important. I think this looks good. I think it's a good looking ride. So good job. I think we know whose that is.
Yeah, that's as you can see, Evan's crew was working on the wheels,
Yep.
and Gary Jones's truck. That's a sharp truck. I got to look at it closely at the show down in Sykeston, Missouri, a couple weeks before this one.
That truck's on
And
the road working today.
it
Well, unless
is.
he's getting the engine in it today. He's swapping engines out in it, I guess.
So I'm always intrigued with these trucks with the cow catchers on them. So
Yeah.
I had to get a photo of that.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you know what? I mean, that's another piece of work you got to get polished up there in the front, man. There's low life looking good.
yeah, low life. The light was not good. It was a cloudy day, but
Uh-huh.
I wanted to get some photos of that. And that truck, the paint. I
Yeah.
don't know if you got a chance to see it in the sunshine down
Yeah.
at Matt's.
Yeah.
But the paint job on that truck is just. I call it a lowrider paint
It
scheme
is.
because
Absolutely it is. That's where it came from. The guy that put that together he's a lowrider guy. So go back to the live streams from Mid America. Anybody wants to see that truck in the sunshine? Um, I live streamed a walk around with um, Dan
Brubeck.
with
Brubeck.
Dan on Saturday
Yep.
with that truck. So yeah, go ahead and check that out, man. It's we walked around the whole truck. We didn't open it up and get into the inside. The inside's done. But, the stereo was one of the things that, everybody wanted to hear that stereo, but, whether it was ready or not ready, I don't know, but man, just a gorgeous truck. That truck's gonna be around a while, and it's gonna do some things.
This is. I know there's a lot of guys out there that have mixed feelings about W990s, but I kind of like them. That's where trucks are headed, unfortunately, because of the manufacturers. But I liked it because it was a W990. It was dressed nicely, and I
Yeah.
liked the color combination too. It was
Well,
nice color
everybody
combination.
better get used to it because this is what's happening.
Absolutely. But
And
I
that's
just
about as square as they're gonna be right there. I think, Peterbilt's not gonna have anything that square that I know of.
yeah, that's I just thought it was a nice truck, and that's why I took it. Now this was my probably one of my top 3 favorite trucks. This Peterbilt. The engine compartment was just phenomenal. Another very, very clean truck. It was just it was just a gorgeous truck. I can't give you enough adjectives for. I went back to that truck probably 3 or 4 times just to check everything out. The interior was just as nice as the exterior. The lights were incredible. Just one of my top 3 trucks at the show.
No, it's got a good look on it. That new camera of yours is doing a good job too, buddy.
Well, thank you very much, John. I'm getting used to it. Let me put it that way.
Now it's
So,
putting out some good pics, man. They look good. They look good. Got another COE here.
Yes, my brother started out, after he drove, the cab over Pete, he got a K100 with a 3408 in it. It was a big bunk like this one, a little different paint color, but I saw that truck and I thought, "That reminds me of my brother's truck," and, nice looking truck, I like the paint job on it.
Dave McKinney's jumped in there. So Melissa Kaiser, is that the owner of the blue one or the 990? I wonder. I think he was offering that up as an answer to which one, which who owned which truck there. But thanks, David. Good to have you on the show, buddy. Say hi to Dill for us, and it's nice having you guys on last week too. Appreciate that. Let's go to there. You go. Now so was you guys moving along doing the convoy here? Was that kind of what
We
was
did.
happening?
Evan took me out to this location. It's lake east of Kodak. I don't know what the name of the lake is, but I Evan took me out there. We liked the old building there in the background and the lake in the background, and just a great shot of Gary coming by in his Pete, and it was a very good location. And we were in between light rain showers,
Yeah,
so
I can see that. It kind of has that look to it.
now this is, one of the Tri-State trucks. I love the, wrap that they've done on it. It's,
Those are oil
reflects
rigs, right?
all, yeah, oil rigs and oil fields down in
Yep.
Texas and
Yep.
Oklahoma, and,
Cool.
I like that truck a lot, primarily because of how they've wrapped that truck.
I love the look of the heavy steers on these kind of trucks. I've always liked that. I mean, when I had my transfer, I was seriously thinking of just for the looks of it, of changing it and putting that those heavy singles up there on the front steers like that. I wasn't going to go with the 18,000 pound front axle, but I like the look of those tires. I don't know, you know.
It gives it a that was probably that was my, one of my top 5 trucks. I don't think the pictures do this justice. I just really love this truck. It's a big bunk sleeper, stretched out. I like the black and red. It's a pretty, I don't want to use, I would say a simplistic paint job, but just it's got some nice touches to it.
Kind of
And
got a less is more thing going on there.
now I chose this photo because of I mean, I like the car haulers, I
Sure.
like Eats, but I love the flag.
Flag, I knew it had to be the flag, yeah.
Yep, that
Yeah,
was just
nothing against you, Southern there, nice looking clean ride, but yep, you put the right thing on it to get it noticed, so good job.
Brockways.
Yep.
Short story. I lived in Tennessee when I was a sophomore in high school, and I worked my first truck stop. And we had all these Brockways and Max and Transtars come in, and I always had an affinity for these Brockways. So that was one of it reminded me of when I worked at that truck stop down in Tennessee. So it's a cool picture, and I like that truck a lot.
Next up, guess whose truck that is?
Yeah, Charles Hale, Charles and Ethan.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Charles. Glad you're on tonight. One of my favorite trucks. I just love everything about that truck. He's a former cover truck, and was good to see them and see Charles and Ethan. I met his beautiful wife Amber, one of his sons Connor, and we just had a great time. Spent an evening together, and we'll always love this truck. It's
Yeah,
got a lot of
it
history.
yeah, nothing not to like about that truck. It's got all kinds of cool factor. Interesting. So, I am not seeing our next guest. I'm gonna ask him to reboot. Oh, there he is. Now we got you. All right, cool, good, buddy. Now we got you in there. Good, good, good. Okay, just hang tight, and we'll get right to you. Got a few more pictures here. We're going to go through with Eric. Okay,
Um,
here we go.
David McKinney and I were parking trucks, and we talked to the guy that had this
I
international.
was going to say, is that international or a freight shaker, man? I couldn't
Well,
tell.
we initially we thought it was a Freightliner, but then when we got to looking at it, it was an international. So
Yeah.
Dave and I were ribbing him about it not being a KW or a Peterbilt, and
You
he
know
was
what?
good.
International guys are international guys, man. That's their thing.
And I love the yellow bus that was on the back of it. So there was a lot of
Oh,
comments
cool. Yeah.
about riding the short bus.
I
So
think I've seen that bus before, and I like what he did here. He's got the double J's on
he
the front,
does.
the light brackets and everything going on, man. You won't see that on an international anywhere too soon, except for right there. So good for you there, driver. That's a nice setup.
This was one of my other favorite trucks, John, in my top 5. I am typically not a major green black truck guy, but I love this. It's got the Seminole paint scheme on it. I just really like this truck, and it was super clean. I like the stacks. They're not too large. They're not too small. It just looked really good. It had a curtain wagon on the back of it.
Yeah.
Everything worked on that truck, and I just
Looks I call that gremlin green.
exactly. And I like the square headlights on it.
Yep.
I just loved everything about that truck, and even with the cloudy skies, I think the photo turned out real well with the color scheme.
No, look good. Look good.
Old Peterbilt, I think this is probably what, an old 352 maybe, single axle?
Got me,
Um,
man. Got an old Cummins in it, so who knows
yep,
what's in there and what's going on. Yeah, it's a 2 axle. So that's and I guess everybody's got their different, ways of calling things. I always call that's a 2 axle truck to me because you got a steer and a drive. And then when you get tandems in the back, you got a 3 axle. A lot of guys I know call it the same way I do. Other guys, that's a single axle. And I think it's more a California thing, when we call these a 2 axle because the hay hauler guys, they got a lot of 2 axle hay haulers out there. But nice looking truck, man. These old Pete's, they'll never go away. Glad to see him out there. And
uh,
finally, we
yeah,
have
Bottomley's truck, yep. What can you say? I mean, you can sit here and talk about this truck all night long and probably not cover it all,
yeah, yeah,
from the color to the striping to the lighting to the trailer. I mean, everything about the interior. It's an awesome truck. The light bars in front of the drive axles.
yeah.
That truck has got everything, and it's just a fantastic truck. The engine compartment, the interior, it's got
Mhm.
the music. It's got everything you want, and it's a gorgeous
And
truck.
now it's got that super stereo set up there on the trailer that they added to it after the, Mid America show. We saw that being built on, Facebook and Instagram anyways, that's on there now, and I believe they featured that at 75, and then again here in, Large Cars and Guitars, and I'm sure that'll be around, come their turn for their show at, the Mayberry. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. And I
Nice
got I
deal.
got to spend some time talking to Kevin about the truck and learned a little bit more about it that I did not know. But definitely a showstopper, and it was right near the stage, and so it got a lot of foot traffic, I'm sure.
Right on. Well, Eric, thanks for bringing all those photos to light and sharing them with everybody. We will be looking for all of the rest of your photos and the show report and story coming up probably in July's edition, I'm going to think.
That's what I would anticipate.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
Before you let me go, John, I want to
Sure.
thank several people. Again, Dan for asking me to be a part of the show. Again, Tony and Misty for Justice for letting me be part of their team. I spent some time with both of them and enjoyed my time with them. For Josh Foster, Ralph, the Roadworks crew, they were fantastic. The the uh, the Roadworks trailer was a beehive for Dave McKinney for
Yeah.
letting this rookie work with him to park trucks. For all the people, Mike Wilkinson, the Hales, all the people that I know that I consider friends. Just a great time, and I hope I have the opportunity to go back next year and be a part of it. And thank you, John, for allowing me to be on the show and showing off some of the photos that I did there. Had a great time.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna bring this young man in, and hey, listen, I wanna second that to everybody out there that, helped Eric out and made themselves available to help all of, what he was trying to get accomplished, with 10-4 and the show altogether. We all appreciate that, so thank you guys Appreciate all of you as always, and we look forward to seeing everybody again soon at a show somewhere in the near horizon. Got a young man we're going to bring in, and you guys can do a quick introduction to each other. But this gentleman's name is Cole Thomas, and Cole, I caught some photographs of yours just today. Looking around, I saw a bunch of different things, and I wanted to kind of talk to you and get your views on the show and see what you saw there. But while we were bringing you in, we got Eric Hill leaving the show. So if you guys want to give a little handshake to each other, appreciate it. And
Hey, Cole, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Nice to meet you, man.
there you go. Cole's already scoring points. You got the American flag in the background there.
Oh yeah,
right on.
Yeah, Eric, you need to get a flag back there on that wall,
Yeah.
buddy. You need to dress that thing up.
I need to dress. I mean, I feel like a piker compared to you and him, man.
You're naked back there, buddy. Yeah.
I mean, every time you come on, it's like, okay, what has John got new on his studio today? So,
Well, the latest is the Babes
saw
and Big
that.
Rigs. Yeah, that's a sweet deal there from our buddy Evan Stagger gave me that. And yeah, we're going to work on another background too for the studio itself, for the virtual studio. So we'll get something new and exciting up there soon. So Eric, we'll look forward to talking to you soon, buddy. You take care.
Okay, John, thanks again for having me on.
You betcha. Be good.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Cole, you made it, man.
what's up, brother?
How's it going over there? Where are you at today?
I'm just at home in my bedroom, got the phone set up on a stand, and we're ready to go.
All right. Well, that's good enough. That'll work. I've got a bunch of pictures on your side over here to go through too, but let's talk about, first of all, who the heck are you, man? Where'd you come from?
Well, my name's Cole Thomas. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 19 and just been around cars and, drag racing and just the automotive world my whole life. I was about 13, 14 years old. I started taking, going to the racetrack and just taking photos with my phone for fun. And from there, slowly started learning how to edit and, make them really look good. And from there, just, went from connection to connection, and it just kind of turned from a hobby to a full-time business. And now it's just what I do for a living.
Well, I'll tell you, man, there's nothing better than a gearhead, a kid that's a gearhead. I was a gearhead. Maybe you did the same stuff I did. I used to take everything apart and see if I could put it back together. Was that you?
Not as much. I did a lot of just playing with my Hot Wheels in the dirt, and
Yeah.
my mom would come into the backyard, and I'd either be doing that or sitting on top of the garage or whipping donuts in my little John Deere Gator that I had, but you never knew with me. It was always something different.
Right on. Well, I'm glad we found you, and for everybody out there, let's get a couple of things out of the way. So, Cole, do you have a Facebook page and an Instagram account?
I do. My Facebook is Cole Thomas, and then my Instagram is Cole Thomas _CTP.
Okay. Now, Cole's doing a lot, as you said, a lot of car stuff. So he's been out there at the tracks, shooting cars. Looks like pro stock mods, pro mods. Are you doing any top fuels and funny cars?
So the series that I shoot for full time is called Open Outlaw Racing, and we have a lot of cars that are, I guess, in our dragster category. We have a lot of cars that are like top alcohol to retired top fuel or top alcohol chassis that run with us now, but no actual cars.
Okay. All right. Well, and listen, you know what? It's all cool to me. We've got a local drag strip here in my area, Sacramento Drag Strip, that they run those same cars. They do the nostalgia runs every summer out here, and that's a lot of fun, man. You get some really bitchin' cars that come out for that.
Oh yeah, I actually, speaking of nostalgia, I just got to shoot my first nostalgia event back in October, and man, that was a fun time. Shout out to Jimmy Ray and his son Gabe for getting me hooked in on that deal, and that was fun, man. Gassers and front engine cars, man, those things are cool to watch, and it was just a good time.
Hey, I want to give a shout out. Got a couple of people that joined in. I didn't have the comments up here on my screen, but first I want to say, Miss Flatbed Red, good to have you on board. Bubba, Crystal Branch, probably Bubba, maybe both. I don't know, but nice to see you in the house. And Kevin Bowden, yeah, man, new guy to the show. And Eric, of course, you betcha, buddy. Thank you for making time to be available to come on the show tonight. We're happy to have you getting into the mix because you're bringing a little bit of a different look. Also, this was your first truck show, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring us into some of the photos that you shot here, and
All right.
let people kind of get a look at some of these, and you can give us a little narrative as we kind of go through them, okay?
All right.
And I don't know that I'm going to get through because there's like 70, 80, 100 photos in here. I mean, but and if
Yeah.
anybody wants to go see these, go to Cole Thomas. He's got them set on public, so anybody can go see him. But yeah, go over there on Facebook and Cole Thomas and check him out. So go ahead, Cole. Tell us who this is.
All right, and about the photo albums too. That was actually only part one of the album, so I'll have part
Okay.
two releasing on my page tomorrow.
Okay.
But,
All right.
so this family friend of mine, really like another brother slash dad. We go racing a lot, and this is the truck that he uses to haul his race car. It's Brant Arnold from Mitchie, Tennessee, and his dad Tim. They do custom upholstery, and they just they build custom trucks, hot rods, just about everything you can think of. They do it. Great.
And we all know who this is. It'd be Dill McKinney there, cruising down the road. Get yourself a moving shot, which is always cool. Now there's a shot, man.
Fun.
Nice job.
Thank you. That was cool. That shot at Hills Rock. Actually, we just left the show on Sunday. Me and Brant in his truck, the one we just looked at, stopped for a bathroom break or whatever, and we just had to stop and deal with that. And we met up with him, and both ran together down I-40 and took those rolls.
So I'm gonna stop you for a second before we go to the next one. On our end, the audio is coming out like cyborg audio, so we've got some interference or something going on. It's not good. So let's try that and see if that'll help. Put those buds in and put a mic in. Let's see if that takes care of it. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on your carrier? Uh-oh, that just vapor locked it. Okay, now rotate the phone. Rotate. There you go. No, kind of. Can you hear me now? How about now? No audio. No audio. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you go ahead and work that out on your end. I'm going to kick you from the studio. Just come back in once you get it fixed, okay? And I'll let you back in. Test your audio on your end before you come back in, and then we'll fire it back up. I'm going to go through some of these photos. All right, guys. I'm going to bring out some of these photos again, and that way we can get a look at them. There they are. Nice looking shots, man. This young man's got a nice eye, and a lot of cool stuff going on. Again, you guys want to check it out, go over to Cole Thomas on Facebook. This is his actual personal Facebook page, so a Facebook account. So I imagine he's going to probably at some point join, try to put a page together. How we doing, Cole? You got it now? You got any audio? We got nothing on you, buddy. You can't hear me? Nope, nothing. So the mic must be turned off. There's a couple of settings down at the bottom of your screen. Scroll up and you'll see the mic and everything to turn it back on. It probably turned it off when you plugged in your earbuds. So I'm going to pop him back out. and we'll keep going through these now. Cole also told me in the conversation we had earlier today, which I'm glad we had that because I kind of got to learn about him and what he's doing, where he's going. They're going to be going to the truck shows, so I look forward to seeing what other shows that Cole goes to this year, and the pictures that he gets, and the different sites and things that he sees and brings and is made available for us to share. Let me see if we got him now. Cole, you back with us? Anything? Can you hear me? Check, check, radio check, 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 radio check. Nope. Got nothing, bud. So I'm going to give him a little text and tell him to go ahead, and I'm going to kick him from the studio. That'll motivate him to. He'll have to restart the whole process, and then we'll see if it works. Anyway, I'm going to start sharing some of these photos and getting them out there for you guys. You guys come back in and check them out and get a look at what Cole's done. Again, he's got, I'm almost 100 photos here in this one album, but beautiful looking trucks. The night shots, which are, you can do night shots so many different ways that I like how these came out. So I think we've got a little bit of some filter action going on here, and he's added some touches to it. But again, nice looking stuff. And incidentally, if we don't get Cole back today, that's okay. I will get him back another day, and we'll make sure he's got a good, solid connection, and that we can talk more with him because interesting young man, 19 years old, and he's out. He's out trying to make a name for himself. This is what he's doing. He's doing this every day. So he's out and has been out shooting race cars and doing that. That's where he got his start. Now he's jumping on over into the big rigs. So glad to have him on board. Nice shot there, man. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Well, all right. Well, it looks like he got hung up there, and that's okay. I'm going to bring myself back in here, wrap it up for today. Incidentally, next week we will have our current cover trucker, Bada Bing, Big T, on. I'm going to get him in the studio. Hopefully you guys have gotten your copy so you can read his story before we get him in studio and follow along. Also want to say, next week we'll be talking about Frenchie's second annual. We will all be there, the West Coast side of Team 10-4. So myself, Dan, Shan, Tim, and April will all be there. We will also have besides the 10-4 magazine pop-up booth that we have at the shows, we're going to have Trucking for Kids there as well. So we can't wait to get everybody acquainted with that and let everybody know what's happening with Trucking for Kids. I want to thank Eric Vallette over there for putting us in such a primo spot. We're going to be in the same location as last year with our Trucking for Kids trailer right across from us, and a lot of other big hitters over there in that same area. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be good. Hoping the weather holds like it is right now so that we can have a cool truck show, not only because of cool trucks, but cool weather. So look forward to that. And yeah, Eric, I'll tell you, man, nice having good people to work with, especially, when you're on your own out there, as he was, didn't have any other of the Team 10-4 out there to support him. So felt like he was right there along with family, I'm sure, hanging out with all the Roadworks guys and everybody else that was out there, Tony Justice and the Dills and Dill McKinney and Dave McKinney and everybody. So thanks, guys, for taking care of our guy. We appreciate you doing that. I'll look forward to seeing you all next week. We have one more thing coming up soon. We're kind of working through it, and that's those archived magazines. Oh, and I almost forgot. I will pick a winner out of last week's show for all of the hats that we had to give away. Yeah, Cole, no worries, buddy. Hey, if you're watching right now, don't worry about it. We'll get you back on. I'll give you a call after the show. It's all about the internet connection. If you don't have a good solid one, then it doesn't work. So no big deal. But you guys all check out Cole Thomas on Facebook and over on Instagram. Look at some of his work, and you'll see some pretty nice pictures. I will see all you guys next week on Wednesday, 4 o'clock here in the studio. We're going to have, as I said, our current May 2022 cover trucker in studio, and we'll get you all hooked up with what's going on from that point on into the weekend. Keep the shiny side up, everybody. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Keep it real, man. That's all I can tell you. Keep it real. Can't wait till next week. We'll see you then, guys. Take care.